Welcome to the advanced hips class. We're going to start with some pretty basic hip openers and work our way up to some advanced poses. These take a lot of strength and flexibility, so don't be disappointed if you can't do it on your first try. Begin in Sukhasana. Cross your legs right in the middle of your shins. Take your hands together in front of your heart. Lift the chest, close the eyes. Bring your mind to your breathing. Start to deepen your breath. With every deep breath, feel the crown of your head grow taller. Draw the navel back slightly. Good, let the eyes open. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms inside out. Draw your shoulders down your back and slowly take your arms up. Try not to lift the shoulders up, keep them down. Steady your breath, steady your gaze. Try not to arch your back or round your back. Good, then turn the palms to face each other. Lean halfway forward and pause. Flex your feet, try to lengthen out through your waist. Then put your hands down, fold all the way, drop your head. Good, crawl yourself up. Cross the legs the other way. Try to cross right in the middle of your shins so that your feet are under your knees. Take your hands to your heart. Shift one finger over, interlace your fingers again. Turn the palms inside out, with your shoulders on your back, slowly take the arms up. When the arms go up, tendency is to push the rib cage forward. Don't do that. Draw the bottom ribs back, lengthen up through your back ribs. Good, turn the palms to face each other. Wrap the triceps forward. Lean halfway forward. Pause for a breath. Good, then put the hands down, soften. Good, crawl yourself up. Put your fingers on the floor next to you. Plant your feet, come into a squat. If you can't do a squat with your heels down, then open up your feet wider. Try to get the heels down as best you can. Lift the chest up, steady your breath. Good, keep the chest lifting, open your right arm. Turn your chest to the right and keep your left hand where it is, or straighten your left arm and put your left hand down. Notice the breath is deep. Try to keep your mind steady. Just feel your body, feel your breathing. Take your hands to your heart, lift the chest up, switch sides. Maybe straighten that right arm, maybe not. Good, hands to your heart. Interlace your fingers except for your index fingers and reach up. Try to bring your toes a little closer together if you can so your feet aren't too far out. Good, then lift your hips up 1 inch. Pause. Just 1 inch, you guys. Try not to lift it any higher. Another inch, pause. Try not to overarch your back here. Good, 1 more inch, pause. Good, slowly stand all the way up. Bring your hands to your waist. Look down, parallel your feet, hips distance. Make sure the second toes point straight forward, point your elbows back. On your inhale, lift the chest up, and on your exhale, fold. Try to have some weight in the front of your feet as you fold. Put your fingers down, drop your head. When you take Uttanasana, make sure the thighs are lifting, the neck is soft, the shoulders are soft. Good, breathe deep in and out through your nose. We really try to use the time at the beginning of the practice to turn the mind inward, to turn the senses inward. These poses in the beginning are basic. Really use them to feel what's going on inside. Whatever chatter of the mind has been going on through your day, it gets to quiet now. Good, put your hands down, step into downward facing dog. Good, in downward dog, you want to make sure that the inner hands press down strong. The thumb, the index finger, very heavy on the mat. Make your little fingers light on the mat. But at the same time, as you press down through the inner hand, roll the triceps down, firm your outer arms in, because that's how the shoulders are. And then make sure the legs are strong. So feel the thighs pressing back, feel the hips pulling back, the heels reach toward the ground. For a lot of you guys, they're not going to touch the ground, and that's fine. Just reach your heels toward the mat. Try not to let the heels spin in at all. If anything, the heels spin out just slightly. The neck soft, face soft. Good, then in downward dog, bring your hands together so your thumbs touch. Good, then step your right foot outside of your hands. Try to get it all the way up there in one step. If you can't get it all the way forward, just scoot it up there. When your right foot gets forward, make sure your shin is vertical so the knee is right above the ankle. And firm your right knee in, make your back leg strong. Good, if you can do it, see if you can put your forearms down. If you can't get your forearms all the way down, then like Ryan's gonna do, put your forearms on the block. Keep your hips compact, so you don't want the right knee splaying open. Hug the right knee in toward the body, lift the left thigh, drop the tailbone slightly. Try not to hunch over either. Pull the chest slightly forward. Good, don't strain your neck or your face. Feel your breathing in and out through your nose. So your breath brings a real steadiness to your practice. And as we deepen our practice, that's what we want to have. You can tell newer students, they're always flailing around, hyperventilating. A deeper practice is a steadier practice. Good, come back up onto your hands so that your thumbs touch, and then step back into dog pose. Good job. Step your left foot outside your hands. It's hard to get it up there in one step. You can always scoot it up there, but make sure you get the foot all the way forward so that the knee is right above the ankle. In any lunge pose that we do, you always want to make sure the shin is vertical. That's going to help keep the ligaments and tendons in your knee safe. Hug your left knee in, lift your right thigh up. Good, put your forearms down if you can. Maybe on the block. Steady your breath, compact the hips, so keep that left knee hugging in. Keep the right thigh lifting, the tailbone dropping a little bit. And feel every deep breath in and out through your nose. The back leg wants to go limp. Keep the back leg strong as best you can. You can come back up onto your hands, touch the thumbs. Downward facing dog, step back. Good, then open your hands, shoulders distance, normal downward facing. Feel your hips pull backward, feel the thighs press backward. Good, then slowly walk your feet all the way up to your hands. When you get your feet up to your hands, glance forward, pull your chest forward. Make your legs strong, slide your hands up to your shins. Pull your chest even further forward. Feel some weight shift more toward the front of your feet. Good, bring your hands to your waist. Strong legs, stand all the way up. Good, keep your hands at your waist, cross your right ankle above your left knee. So standing pigeon here. Cross the right ankle over, flex through your right foot. Reach your arms up, pause for a moment. So you're making the number 4 with your legs. Start to bend your left knee and pull your hips back. Don't lean all the way forward. We're not gonna put our hands down here. Just pull your hips back and lean halfway forward. But then when you get halfway forward, just put your hands on your right leg. So right hand on your right knee, left hand on your right foot. But feel a nice stretch in your right hip here. The hips want to swing out to the left. Try to pull the hips straight back so the hips are even here. That's beautiful. Keep your right foot flexed. Keep your breath deep. Keep the chest lifted a little bit. Extend your arms back out diagonally. Good, lift your chest up a little higher, reach your arms forward and wrap your right arm all the way underneath your left arm. So you're gonna do eagle pose. Slide your right leg all the way over your left leg now. Bend your knees more so you can wrap the right leg all the way over as best you can. If you can't hook the right foot back around your left foot, then just keep squeezing your inner thighs together. Still the same posture. Drop the butt, but lift the chest. Try not to lean forward here. Keep the elbows up a little bit. Soften the shoulders back slightly. When you balance, try to steady your gaze on one point. Good, sink a little bit deeper. Beautiful, stand all the way up. Feet together, hands to your waist. Good, cross your left ankle above your right knee. So start for standing pigeon here. Make the number 4 with your legs. Then reach your arms up. The hips are gonna wanna swing out to the right. Bend your right knee and pull your hips straight backward. Lean halfway forward and pause. Good, put your hands on your left leg, right hand on your left foot, left hand on your left knee. Try not to lean too far forward here, but definitely drop the butt. That's good. Extend your arms back out. If you lift the chest, lift the arms a little higher, then reach forward and wrap your left arm all the way under. Slide your left leg all the way over. Eagle pose, Garudasana. If you can't hook the left foot quite all the way back around, that's fine. Just squeeze the inner thighs, you're gonna get the same effect here. Try to lift the chest up a little more, but then drop your butt lower. Lift the elbows slightly. Make sure you're not straining in your upper back. Soften the shoulders. That's almost beautiful, you guys. Drop the butt a little bit more. Good, stand up, feet together, arms by your side. Stand up nice and tall, feel the crown of the head lift. Glance up just slightly. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, dive forward. You can always bend your knees when you fold. Inhale, glance forward and lengthen. Then just step back, downward facing dog. Good, find your dog pose, pull your hips backward, then step your right foot to the front of your mat. Center your right foot at the front of your mat. Get it right in the middle, and then turn your back foot flat. Set the feet up here for warrior 2. So heel to arch your feet down the midline of your mat. Keep your right hand outside your right foot. If you need more space, put your right hand on a block like Ryan's gonna do. Reach your left arm up. Try to keep the connection of your right knee pressing out into your right arm. So here the right knee wants to cave in, and keep the right knee pressing out. Keep your shoulders down your back, and then turn your left palm out over your ear and stretch. Good, keep driving through your back leg. The left foot's turned in just slightly. The outer edge of the left foot presses down strong. That's gonna help the inner left thigh lift, and it's gonna support your pose. Try to roll the chest open more, best you can. But as you roll the chest open, the right knee wants to cave in. Keep it pressing out into your arm. That's good, breathe deep. 2 more deep breaths in the pose. Now reach your left arm up. Try to make the movement come from your middle. Draw your belly in, don't change your legs at all. Come up slow, warrior 2. Good, steady your gaze out over your right fingers, but use your mind and feel the rest of your body. So even though you're looking over your right side, feel your left side. Your left arm reaches straight back, your left leg firmly presses into the mat. So keep pressing through the outer edge of that left foot, keep that inner left thigh lifting. Oftentimes in warrior 2, we wanna start arching the lower back a little bit. Keep the lower belly pulling in, keep the tail dropping just slightly. Good, steady your breath, steady your gaze. Try to sink just a little bit deeper. Keep opening your chest out to the left. That's good, you guys. Take 1 more deep breath. Downward facing dog. Just put your hands down, step back into dog pose. Feel your hips pull back in dog, feel the extension, and step your left foot all the way forward. Center your left foot at the very front of your mat. Turn your right foot flat and line your feet up heel to arch down the middle of your mat. And keep your left hand on the left side of your left foot. Reach your right arm up. Ryan, widen your stance just a little bit more for me. Turn this back foot not in so much. There you go, right there. Good. As you reach your right arm up, make sure your left knee is bent 90 degrees and press your left knee out into your left arm. That'll help keep your left hip firming in, and then roll the chest open at the same time. Keep your shoulders down your back, turn your right palm out over your ear, stretch through your side. That's good. Breathe deep. Try not to have too much weight in your left hand. The legs do the work in this pose. So we're opening up the hips for the poses that are yet to come. You want to keep that left knee pressing out and the chest rolling open. Breathe deep in and out through your nose. With your reaching arm, it's really easy to lift the shoulder around the ear. Keep softening that shoulder. Even as you reach energetically, keep the shoulders down the back. It's good. 2 more deep breaths here. Find that place in your practice where you can hold the pose for a little while. Coming in and coming out is one part of it. Holding it is where we deepen our practice. Sit in the posture. Reach your right arm back up. Do it from your middle. Come up slow, warrior 2. In warrior 2, the chest wants to turn the direction the knee is pointing. Roll your chest out to the right. Don't let it turn to the left. Roll your belly out to the right. Just don't roll your hips out to the right. So the hips are not squaring to the side of the room. The hips turn in just a little bit to the direction the knee is pointing, which is straight ahead. Good. Steady your breath. And with every deep breath, just spread your mind throughout your whole body. So you're not just feeling the muscles that are working the hardest, you feel everything. You feel your legs, your middle, your torso, your arms. Feel your breath in your chest, in your sides, and your back. Two more deep breaths. Just let it steady. Maybe sink a little bit deeper if you can. Just don't grip with your left toes. Try to have more weight in your left heel than in your toes. See if you can feel that your spine is vertical. The shoulders are softening even as you extend the arms. Good. Downward facing dog. Put your hands down, just step back. Good job, you guys. From downward facing dog, bend the knees, walk or hop forward, feet together, front of the mat. Let the big toes touch. Inhale, pull the chest forward. Exhale, fold in. Good. Chair pose. Bend the knees, drop the hips, reach up. Sink down into your chair pose. Pull your belly off your thighs. See if you can get a little bit more weight in your heels. Don't lift the shoulders around the ears. Keep the shoulders down. And at the same time, as you keep the shoulders down, wrap your triceps forward. The pinkies turn in to face each other. Good. Stand up. Pull your hands to your heart. Great job, you guys. 3 times, Surya Namaskar B. Let's create some more warmth. Chair pose. Inhale, sink down. Beautiful. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, pull the chest forward. Step or lightly hop back and lower. So through upward facing dog or cobra. It's your first back bend of the practice, so be real mindful. Downward dog. Step your right foot forward. Warrior 1. Set up warrior 1 and float up slow. Inhale, rise to the top without bouncing. Exhale, hands down. Step back, lower. Move with a graceful quality, no flopping. Good. Step the left foot forward. Make sure the feet are set up right for warrior 1. They're not on a tightrope. As you come up, inhale, maybe even glance up slightly. The belly pulls back. Exhale, hands down. Step back, lower. Beautiful. Inhale, it's upward facing dog or it's cobra. Good. Downward facing dog, pull back. So we use the salutations to build a little more heat, a little more fire. We also use the salutations to link breath and movement together. So really try to focus on that as we go through 2 more times. On your inhale, pull the hips back a lot more. Good. To bend your knees, walk or hop forward, feet together, front of the mat. Inhale, pull the chest forward. With exhale, fold back in, chair pose. On your inhale, sink the butt way down. Stand up, hands to your heart. Again, Utkatasana chair. Inhale, sink down. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, heart forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Step or lightly hop back, Chaturanga Dandasana. To Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward dog. Inhale, the sternum pulls forward. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Lightly place your right foot forward for Virabhadrasana 1. Turn the hips forward as you come up. Inhale, rise. Exhale, back down. Try not to flop down. Go slow. Inhale into the back bend. Exhale, the left foot steps forward. Warrior 1. Make sure that back foot's turning in so you can turn the hips forward. Inhale, float up. Exhale, back down. That's good. Chest pulls forward, upper arms move backward. Downward facing dog. You should be able to hear your own breath. So your breath sounds like the wind or like the ocean. It's really smooth and calming. At the same time, your breath is deep, so it gives you energy, it gives you fire to move through the practice. Bend the knees, walk or hop forward, feet together. Good. Inhale, look out. Exhale, fold in. Good chair pose. On your inhale, sink way down. Stand up, hands to your heart. Good. One last time, Surya B. Inhale, chair pose. And dive forward. The inhale, lengthen, chest out. Step or lightly hop back. As you move through this, try not to hurry through any part of the practice. Really go slow, make it mindful movement. It becomes a meditation. The right foot steps forward, warrior 1. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, hands down, step back. But just because it's a meditative practice doesn't mean it's not energetic. You're not gonna fall asleep doing yoga. Use this practice to give your body energy, to awaken the places that lie dormant. Step the left foot forward, Vira 1. Inhale, float up. Beautiful. Exhale, back down. Downward facing dog. In downward dog, pull your hips backward. Feel the extra warmth that the flow series created. The salutations create some heat for us to continue on with the standing poses. Step your right foot to the front of your mat. Center your right foot at the front of your mat like we did just before the salutations. Turn your back foot flat, line the feet up for warrior 2. Good. Put your right hand on the inside of your right foot. Reach your left arm up. This time with the hand on the inside, it's a little bit easier to keep that hip open. Press your arm out into your knee, open your chest. Good. This time go for the wrap. Take your left arm behind your back, and then take your right hand underneath your right leg, grab the top hand with the bottom hand. You guys that are bendy are here. You take the bottom hand and you grab the top wrist. Pull the top arm towards straight and use that to turn your left chest open. Your hands are wrapped outside of your right hip, so you can feel what your right hip is doing. Make sure the right hip is firming in, it's not sticking out. Good. Work your back legs strong, so you feel the inner left thigh lifting to keep the pose supported. Good. Lean back a little bit, the head can even drop back a little bit. Let's try to hold the pose. So we'll hold this pose at least 5 more deep breaths. Find that place where you can be steady and breathe deep. If you start hyperventilating, if you start shaking too much, maybe it's time to come out. But feel a little bit of tremble is fine. You're stronger than you think you are. Don't feel the need you have to come out too early. Now try to do it without touching the floor. Make your legs really strong, pull your belly in, warrior 2. Come up slow, slow, slow. Don't stick your butt out, drop the tail. Sink into it for another breath. Don't lift up out of it, sink in. That's good, then straighten your right leg. Maybe scoot the back foot in closer, triangle pose. reach out, put your hand down softly on the foot, maybe the ankle, maybe the block. Some of you guys can get your fingertips to the floor outside the foot, that's fine. But when you lengthen out, try to get long through both sides of your waist. Roll your right femur out a little bit so the quadriceps rolling out and your right hip's firming in. Good. It's not a back bend, so keep your ribs in. Move your tailbone towards your pubic bone. Reach straight up through your left arm. Straight up here. Good. Keep the shoulders down the back. Steady your gaze. In your legs, you want to make sure that the quads are lifting. Feel the thighs working hard. Good. Now firm your right hip even more. Look down, step up, Ardha Chandrasana. Plant your right fingertips forward, go into half moon pose. When you step into half moon, take your time going into it because you just want to make sure that you don't get sloppy in your hips. The right hip stays firming in. So if you were to bend your standing knee, your right knee, it would point straight ahead. It would not cave in. Press that right knee out. Firm your right hip in. Elongate forward and backward, up and down. Try not to sway left or right at all. And then extend through that top leg a lot. So this pose was developed in Iyengar Yoga to help with lower back problems. You really want to reach out with that inner left thigh to help create space in your lower back. Take one more deep breath in it. And then try to do it very slow. Step back to triangle pose. Doesn't have to land perfectly. Slide into your triangle pose, open the chest up, take one last deep breath in it. Good, and then put the hands down. You can go through a vinyasa or straight back to downward facing dog. You can always feel free to skip vinyasas. They're not that important to the practice at this point. We're plenty warm. Step your left foot forward, heel to arch your feet. So center your left foot at the front of your mat, turn your back foot flat, line the feet up for warrior two, put your left hand on the inside of your left foot, reach your right arm up. That's good. Feel the collarbones broaden as you reach your right arm up. Lean your left arm out into your left knee. Good, go into the wrap. Take your right arm behind your back. Again, try to let the bottom hand grab the top hand. You guys that are bendy, the bottom hand grabs the top wrist. As you start to pull the top arm towards straight, the chest is gonna turn open more. Good, you feel that left hip with your hands, firm that left hip in. Good, work the back leg strong. Feel your inner right thigh lifting. Keep that chest opening, maybe even drop the head back a little bit. It's good, fill your lungs up with every deep breath. So this is a pretty basic pose, but as we hold it longer and longer, the less basic it becomes. Deepen your practice by sitting in it and just be steady. Two more breaths, don't give up. When you hold it longer, things start to happen in your body. Your body starts to collapse. Notice where you're collapsing. Is it in your back leg? Is it in your hips? Good, now try not to touch the ground. Use your belly, come up slow, warrior two. Slow, 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 and then don't come out of it. Sink in a little bit deeper for a breath. Stay with it, stay with the intensity. Great job, slowly straighten the leg, triangle pose. Extend out. Lengthen through your left waist as you extend. So really hinge from your left hip. Could elongate through your side. Put the left hand down softly, reach the right arm straight up. Good, breathe deep. Try to get long through both sides of your torso. So you're not arching, you're not rounding. There's a tendency in that front leg sometimes to roll to the outer edge of the foot. Try to press down strong through the ball of that front foot, right behind the big toe. And then pressing down through there, then start to roll that left thigh out a little bit as it lifts, and that'll help firm your left hip in. It'll work the back leg strong. Feel the outer edge of the right foot press down. Feel the inner right knee lift, the inner right thigh lift. Good, breathe deep. Firm your left hip in. Look down, step up, Ardha Chandrasana. Do it slow so you feel that left hip staying firmed in. Step onto your left leg without locking it. Extend straight back through your inner right thigh. Reach straight up through your right arm. You can feel that the standing leg is right, so the left toes point straight ahead. You're not swinging your left hip out to the left at all. But now extend back strong through your inner right thigh. Good. As you lengthen, as you expand, breathe into that expansion. Create space in your body and fill that space with breath. Full, deep breath. Obviously, your breathing can't get to your legs, but when you breathe deep, what happens is that your lungs take that breath, they take the oxygen and give it to your red blood cells. Your heart pumps those red blood cells into all the places you're touching, full of oxygen, alivening and awakening the cells of your body. Good, see if you can do it slow. Step back into triangle pose, slow, slow, slow. Good, make sure the feet are right, the back foot turns in a little bit. Get long through your torso. Beautiful. Right hand down, through a vinyasa or a step straight back, downward facing dog. Good job, you guys. We're getting warmer. Good work. Step your right foot forward, warrior one. When you come into warrior one, make sure your right foot's to the right a little bit. Good. Reach your arms up, turn your hips and chest forward. So if your back foot isn't turned in warrior one, so come up, you guys, warrior one. If your back foot isn't turned in warrior one, your hips are never gonna turn forward. You gotta get that back foot to turn in at least halfway here so the hips can turn toward the front of your mat. But interlace your fingers behind you. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, fold just to the inside of your right thigh. If you can't get to the inside of your right leg, just fold on your right leg, that's fine. When you get to the inside though here, make sure you're not swinging your right hip out. Press your right knee out with your right shoulder, firm your right hip in. Pull your arms over your head so you feel a nice stretch, but don't lose that back leg. Press strong through your back leg. Feel that inner left thigh lifting, but don't strain around your neck, your face. Now with strong legs, come up slow, warrior one. Pull your belly in, reach your arms up, glance up, take a big inhale. Good, hands down, step back, lower through the vinyasa or step straight back to dog. Good job, you guys. Step your left foot forward, warrior one. Again, take your time to align warrior one before you come up. Left foot forward, reach forward, come up, Vira one. Brett, and turn your back foot in a little bit more there. That's good, that's gonna help you in this pose more. And make sure that back foot's turning in, the hips are turning forward, interlace behind your back. Shift one finger over from what you did on the other side. Inhale, lift the chest up. Good, exhale, fold forward. Just to the inside of your left thigh. Try to press your outer left shoulder into your inner left knee. Pull your left hip back, drive through your right leg. The back leg is your anchor. If you're not anchoring in this pose, then you're collapsing into the pose. It's one or the other. Be supported, don't collapse. Try to pull your arms over your head. Feel that nice stretch in your shoulders. It's good, breathe deep. Now with strong legs, don't change the legs. Come up to warrior one. Pull your belly in, reach up, turn forward. Take a big inhale. Good, hands down, step back, lower through the vinyasa, or always is fine, straight back to dog. Good job. From downward facing dog, bend the knees, walk or hop forward, feet together, front of the mat. Inhale, look out. Exhale, fold in. Open up your feet for what we call bear squat. Feet about the width of your mat. So start with the outer edges of your feet touching the outer edges of your mat. That's usually a good benchmark for most people. Then bend your knees 90 degrees. And instead of lifting your chest up and getting your chest above your thighs, get your torso right in between your legs. Reach your arms forward. So here, your chest is not really above the legs, it's right in between. Your inner thighs and your rib cage come together. Pull your hips straight back, reach your arms straight forward. Keep the shoulders soft a little bit. Good, get that length. So your back should be flat enough, so if I were to just come by and set my drink on you, it wouldn't fall off. Good, 5 more breaths. Pull the hips back, reach the arms forward. Come on, steady and breathe. Try not to let those toes turn out. Try to keep the feet parallel. Good, fold forward, straighten the legs. Take a deep breath and soften. Good, then do it again. This time bend your knees and reach your arms through your legs toward the back of the room, and then grab your ankles from the outside. When you grab your ankles from the outside, try to get your shoulders to come underneath your legs. Good, drop your butt so the butt is the height of the knees. Your hands should be grabbing your ankles, they shouldn't be on the floor. 1 foot at a time. Pick your feet up, walk in a circle, 360 degrees. Good, try not to lift your butt up, try not to put your hands on the ground. You'll feel the legs working in this one. The legs are working, but the hips are opening. Good, once you get back to the middle, go the other direction. 360 degrees, the same way you came. Come on, try not to lift the butt up, I know it gets hard. Keep breathing, don't hold your breath. When you get back to the front, keep grabbing the ankles. Hop 3 times backward, 3 little hops back. That's good, 3 little hops forward, 3 little hops. Good, fold forward, straighten the legs. Great job, you guys. Fold, soften. All right, let's set it up for Bhuja Pindasana. Your hips are plenty open. You're gonna do the same thing with the legs. Bend the knees, reach your arms through your legs. When you reach your arms through your legs, try to get your shoulders underneath the legs. So wiggle the right shoulder under, wiggle that left shoulder under, and plant your hands just behind your feet. So plant the hands right behind the heels so the fingers point forward. Now see if you can start to play with leaning back onto your hands. Get the weight towards your hands, try to lift the feet off the ground and hook one ankle above the other. Good, so this is Bhuja Pindasana, shoulder pressure pose. Make the legs strong. From here, if you want, TT Basana is the transition. You straighten the legs and you extend out. This takes a lot more openness in your hamstrings and your hips. Some of you guys can do it. The traditional vinyasa from here is to go to crow pose. If you can do it, try to go to crow. Get those knees into the upper arms, keep the feet off the ground, and then through the vinyasa. Beautiful, you guys. Downward facing dog. Great work. Find your breath in dog pose. Feel the hips pull back. Bend the knees, walk or hop forward, feet together, front of the mat. Inhale, chest forward. Good, exhale, fold in. Chair pose, bend the knees, drop the hips, sink down. Sink into chair, a little bit deeper. And then stand up, hands to your heart. Good, Padangusthasana. Squeeze your right knee into your chest with both hands. Stand up tall, squeeze the right knee in. Whenever you're ready, let's go. Bring your left hand to your waist. Hook your right big toe with the first 2 fingers on your right hand, but don't straighten your right leg yet. Hook the big toe and stand straight up. So feel your body grow tall first, and then see if you can start to extend your right leg straight forward. Don't hunch over to get the leg straighter. Keep the chest lifting. A lot of you guys aren't gonna straighten the leg all the way, that's fine. Keep the chest up, keep the standing leg strong. If you do straighten the leg, try to pull your right shoulder down your back a little bit more. Now, keeping your hips pretty even here, see if you can start to open your right leg out to the right. If the leg isn't straight, you can do what Ryan's doing here and grab the knee and just open the knee out to the right. Keep the chest forward. Keep your breath deep. Good. When you balance, steady your gaze on one point and feel your breath. That'll help you stay balanced. Good. Bring the leg down the middle. Keep the toe hooked. Keep the chest up. Good. Bring both hands to your waist, keeping the leg up. Just take one more deep breath. Lift the leg up on its own. Straighten the leg if the knee was bent. Good. Feet together. Stand up tall. Squeeze your left knee into your chest with both hands. Good. So first stage, just stand up, squeeze the knee in. Don't take a lot of breaks. If you can, try to build stamina. Bring your right hand to your waist. Hook your left big toe, first 2 fingers. Stand straight up, lift the chest up. Feel that tall posture in your body. Keep that and then start to work your left leg forward. Even if it doesn't get all the way straight, Keep standing straight up, lifting the chest, working the standing leg towards straight. The last thing you're trying to get straight is your left leg. Steady your breath, steady your gaze. Slowly, do it slow. Start to open your left leg out to the left. Try not to turn your hips to the left at all. Now, I know we didn't do it on the right side, but traditionally the gaze in this pose is actually over your opposite shoulder. So if you want to maybe play with your balance, you can try to look over your right shoulder a little bit here. And keep the leg hooked, bring it down the middle. Take one last breath with the leg hooked. Now without dropping it at all, see if you can keep it up high. Bring your hands to your waist, straighten the leg if the knee was bent. Lift it up, one last breath. Good, feet together through the salutation. Release the arms, glance up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. Beautiful, inhale, chest forward. Step, lightly hop back. Upward facing as you inhale. Beautiful, downward facing. All right, so we're warm. We're gonna try Vishvamitrasana. Just go with me one step at a time. Even if you don't get to the full pose, try your best to stay with each little part, and step by step, you can work your way up to it. So take your right foot to the front of your mat. Turn your back foot flat. So we've done this a bunch already in the practice, same thing. Put your right hand on the inside of your right foot, pause for a moment. This time you're gonna try to take, like we did in Bhuja Pindasana, take your right arm underneath your right leg, wiggle your right shoulder underneath your right leg. So just kind of like shove it under there, scoot it under there as best you can, and plant your right hand outside of your right foot. Once you get your right hand planted outside of your right foot, bring your left hand to your waist. Turn your chest open. So this is the first stage. First stage here, just start to open the chest. See if you can now start to lean some weight into your right arm. Lean weight into your right arm and start to heel toe your right foot over toward the left. As you heel toe your right foot over toward the left, more and more weight will get into your right arm. Good. Now, next stage, take your left hand, grab the outside of your right foot. Good. Start to extend your right leg out past the front of your mat. Take your head, look underneath your left arm. You could be in the first stage here like Ryan's doing. You could not grab the foot like Breton is, or the full pose is beautiful, Alyssa. Take one more deep breath, open up. Beautiful, then hands down, put the foot down. Downward facing dog, just step right back. Do a great job, you guys. Step your left foot forward, let's try the other side. Get the left foot to the front of the mat, turn your back foot flat. So take your time first here, just put your left hand on the inside and pause for a breath. Then slowly start to wiggle your left shoulder underneath your left leg. Get the shoulder under. It's not so much about how far the hand goes out. It's about how much you can get your left shoulder underneath your left thigh. Plant your left hand outside your left foot, bring your right hand to your waist, turn your chest open. Good, so this is the first stage. Just stay here in this first stage and see if you can maybe start to lean some weight into your left hand. Next stage, start to heel toe your left foot over toward the right. As you heel toe the foot over, maybe as Alyssa's demonstrating, grab the left foot with the right hand and extend out. Breton, that's beautiful too. Good, maybe try to look up underneath your right arm. Breathe deep. Try to hold it for an extra breath here. Don't just come into it and come right out. Hold the pose, make it steady. Beautiful. Come out of it slow too. Hands down, downward facing dog. Just step back. Superb job, you guys. Take a last deep breath in downward dog. One more hip opening sequence on the floor. Put your knees down at the front of your mat, cross your ankles behind you and sit up. Sit up, extend the legs straight forward, Dandasana. Just extend the legs straight, put your hands on the floor next to you, sit up nice and tall. Feel the chest lift, feel the spine grow tall. Good, then hug your right knee in and cross your right shin along your chest. Use your forearms to lift your right shin up. And there's a couple different variations you could do with your hands. You could take your hands together, as Ryan's demonstrating. You could do more of the forklift method, as Alyssa is demonstrating. You could interlace your fingers around your right shin like Breton's showing. But the way to go deeper in this posture is to keep lifting the leg up and lifting the chest up and bringing them closer together. So try not to round your back, try not to hunch over. Good, so if this is a lot for you, just stay here. A lot of you guys are gonna work on this openness, but from here you can take it into compass pose. So take your right arm underneath your right leg and take your left hand, grab the outside of your right foot. When your left hand grabs the outside of your right foot, plant your right hand and then turn your chest open, look underneath your left arm if you can, try to work your right leg all the way straight. If you can actually get there, it feels really good. Keep your left leg active a little bit. Try to hold it for 2 more breaths. Now try to keep your right shoulder in front of your right leg. Slowly come out of compass and try to rest your right shin on the top of your right shoulder. The more your right shin slides down your right arm, the more your calf slides down, the harder this next pose is gonna be. So keep the leg high up on the shoulder, plant both hands next to you. Good. First, lift your left heel off the ground. Now use your deep belly, plant your palms and lift your butt off the ground. Balance here for a moment, and then if you want to take it more, out to the side, hook one ankle on top of the other, Ashtavakrasana. When you go out to Ashtavakrasana, try not to drop your shoulders below the elbows. Keep a 90-degree bend in your elbows, keep the chest pulling forward. Good, hold it for an extra breath. Don't just come in and come right out. And when you do come out, come slow. Lift the chest, softly put the butt down. Good, extend the legs forward for a breath, sit up. Good job. Bring your left knee into your chest and then cross your left ankle along your chest. Use your forearms. Lift your left calf up. You can have your hands together, have the hands apart. You can interlace around your left calf if you like. But again, the way to go deeper here is to keep lifting the left calf, lifting the chest up, and then pulling them together. Don't round, don't hunch. And into compass pose, you take your right hand, you grab the outside of your left foot. You wiggle your left shoulder underneath your left leg, plant your left hand outside, and then start to lean chest open to the right. Look up underneath your right arm if you can. Good, fill your lungs up. Couple deep breaths here. So create the openness and the space for the arm balance first. When your hips are open, when your body is open, the arm balance is going to become easier. So slowly come out of compass and really try to, again, let that left calf rest as high on your left shoulder as you can. Don't let it drop down. Keep it up there, plant your hands next to you. Good, the more the leg slides down, the harder it's gonna be. So try to keep the leg up. Lift your right heel up first, use your belly, pick that butt up. Good, hold that for a breath. And then if you wanna go out, do it slow and lean your chest only so far forward that you come to 90 degrees in your elbows. Don't drop your chest any lower than that. Try to get those legs straighter out, Brad. Yes, beautiful. One more deep breath, stay in it. Fantastic, come out slow. Set the butt down, extend the legs forward. We'll stretch out the chest and the shoulders with table. Plant the fingers behind you, plant the hands behind you, fingers point forward. Plant the feet, bend the knees, press to your arms and lean back. There's no need to thrust your hips up here, it's not about that. It's about finding a stretch across your chest and the front of your shoulders. So keep your butt soft. It's okay if you drop your head back, just try not to throw it way back. Good. Set your butt down, Gomukhasana. So we're gonna wrap the right leg all the way over the left leg to start. Use your hands, one hand on each leg, slide your right leg all the way over, slide your left leg all the way under. Try to get knee on top of knee. Good, with the right leg on top, the right arm's gonna go underneath. So slide your right hand up behind your back, take your left arm up, and drop your left hand behind your head. If you can't clasp and Gomukhasana, you're gonna do what Ryan's doing. You're gonna take the strap in your top hand, drop it behind your head, do the other arm on top, there you go. Good, and walk your hands together along the strap. When you take this arm position, it's easy for the ribs to stick out. Try to draw the ribs back. Sit straight up, set the gaze right on the horizon, and then close your eyes for a few breaths. You guys that are tighter in your hips, the feet will go back more, along by your sides. You guys that are more open in your hips, the feet will point more straight out to the side. It just depends on the openness that you have in your body. Good, slowly release the arms first. Then you can transition easily by just putting your hands behind you, leaning back and switching legs, or you can try to do that little turnaround thing where you sit up and turn all the way around and end up with the other leg on top. Good, so just get the left leg all the way over the right leg. Use your hands to sort of slide one knee on top of the other. The tighter you are, the more the feet will come back by your sides. The more open you are, the more you can point the feet straight out. Left leg is on top, so the left arm goes under. Right hand up, right hand behind the head. Use a strap if you need to use a strap. And don't be afraid to use a strap on one side just because you maybe didn't use it on the other side. Two shoulders are never the same, two hips are never the same. Our bodies are never perfectly even. Use props to help you find balance in your practice. Steady your gaze straight ahead. Close your eyes. Make sure the spine is straight up and down, the breath is deep. Good, slowly come out of it. Let the arms go first. We're gonna do table pose one more time. So put the hands behind you again. Plant the feet in front of you, hips distance. Good, plant the feet, lean back into your hands, table pose. Feel the stretch across your chest, find evenness through your shoulders. Try not to thrust the hips up. Feel the stretch across your collarbones. Good. Set your butt down. Set your butt down, set it up for double pigeon. In double pigeon, we're gonna stack right shin on top of the left shin. Try to get one knee underneath the foot and one knee on top of the foot so the feet and the knees are the same distance apart. Good, so this is pretty much the deepest hip stretch here. Put your fingertips down, deepest seated hip stretch that is, and slowly find length, crawl yourself forward, soften. Good, crawl yourself up. Stack the shins the other way. Try to stack the left shin on top of the right shin. The top foot even hangs a little bit off the knee. Flex through the feet. Make sure it's even. And when you're ready, crawl yourself forward, finding length. And when you can't get any more length, that's where you start to soften a little bit. Good, crawl yourself up. Extend both legs straight forward. When you extend the legs straight, you're gonna have your feet together, you can have your feet hips distance. Just take the flesh of your butt and pull it back and out slightly. Good, reach out and grab your feet. Once you grab your feet, push the inner arches of your feet forward, pull your outer edges of the feet back. Pull your chest forward, take a nice big inhale. Exhale, fold and soften. And glance forward, sit up, cross your legs. We finish the practice with a few minutes of meditation. Find a comfortable seat, hands on the knees, palms up or palms down. Don't try to be super tall here, just allow your body to soften. If you find it uncomfortable sitting cross-legged, you can find any other seated position, or you could prop your butt up with something. Let your eyes softly close. Let your breath return to normal, so no more deep breathing here. Just bring your mind to your natural breathing. The natural breath is softer, it's more difficult to be aware of. So bring your mind to your nostrils and see if you can feel the tickle of air. Watch it go in, watch it go out. When your mind wanders away from your breath, just bring it back. Don't control it, simply observe it. Good. Lie on your back, Shavasana. Lie back, make sure you feel supported. Let the palms turn up, let the feet drop open. Cover your eyes with something if you have it. Just close your eyes, soften. Allow your body to melt into the mat. You worked hard, now see if you can feel the complete opposite of working hard. Relax completely. Let every muscle in your body go soft. Just relax and let go. Relax, let go. And you can stay here longer, depending on the time you have in your day, another minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Good job rolling your mat out. Namaste.